Good evening, everybody. It's bright up here, isn't it? I'm going to work on my suntan, seeing as I'm not going away for the holidays. Stella, thank you, and it was lovely to see you again. Stella and I first met each other many, many years ago at the Antenna Awards, and she definitely stole the show, whereas I was with Hamish and Andy and they were very naughty. So Stella certainly didn't embarrass herself like I think Hamish and Andy did on the night. To Margarita, who is the chair and member of the Arts Access Victoria Board, to Veronica Pardo, the Executive Director of Arts Access Victoria, who is an amazing advocate and never fails to bail me up when we're at events in the best possible way to say, we need more, Minister. To members of the panel, one and all, artists, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to very much thank Veronica and Arts Access Victoria for the invitation to join you here this evening and for convening the Beyond Tolerance Forum. Tonight's forum will shine a light on the cultural participation by artists and audience with a disability and how we can counter barriers limiting their participation in the arts and cultural life. It will hopefully open up debate. That's a good thing. Tolerance is not a word or indeed a mindset we want to see in government policy or in the arts. All of us should have access to a rich cultural life and the opportunity to develop our own creative, intellectual and expressive capabilities. And there's no doubt in my mind that the arts are a powerful catalyst in shaping resilient, well-rounded individuals and building strong and inclusive communities. An inclusive arts sector benefits everyone, and an engagement with the arts helps create community vitality and shared identity. Victorian artists and companies such as Asphyxia, Andrew Follows, and those of you who have not had the opportunity to experience Andrew's work, it's some of the most beautiful photography I've ever seen, and as a former photographer, I hope I'm qualified to speak on that. Jocelyn Lee, of course, Back to Back, our very own company from down in Geelong, who I had the great pleasure of seeing Ganesh versus the Third Reich earlier this year. An outstanding, incredibly moving and beautifully performed piece of very thoughtful work. Deaf Arts Network, Raucous, and of course Weave Movement Theatre. And they're just some of the very creative cultural innovators that we have. They also challenge preconceptions of disability and transform creative practices. Their work has helped raise the profile of artists with a disability, and it is a valued part of cultural life in our state. I'm proud that Victoria is home to such innovative and groundbreaking talent. I'm also proud of our track record of support for artists with a disability and companies that include artists with a disability. And that we, through the work of Arts Access and others, have led the way nationally in inclusive practice and accessible programs and services. It's an area of arts policy that has received bipartisan support in this state over many years. However, none of us would deny that there's still much work to be done. The fact remains that people with a disability have one of the lowest levels of participation in the arts of any group in our population. We need to continue to remove barriers to ensure true equity of opportunity for people with a disability in the arts. This starts with moving beyond concepts of tolerance to focus on artistic innovation, the celebration of unique and diverse stories, and the right of cultural participation for all. And it starts with open and challenging conversations like the one that's about to happen, I can tell, here tonight. It also starts with practical measures to help the arts sector become more accessible and improve opportunities for participation, and to enable artists with a disability to develop their careers and practice. Disability action planning was identified as a priority project in the National Arts and Disability Strategy. And as a result, Arts Victoria, with the Office for Disabilities in DHS, commissioned Arts Access Victoria to create the ADAPT project, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with, and it's the Arts-Specific Disability Action Plan Training Program. This is now being adopted by arts organisations across the state. Research has also identified that training is the key to professional development of artists with a disability and their ability to engage with mainstream organisations and processes. However, for many artists with a disability, opportunities to participate in existing arts mentorship programs are limited. Today, I am very pleased to announce the Artwork Project, a new professional development program that will empower artists with a disability and direct their professional development. Artwork will provide mentoring, coaching and training to promote the engagement of artists with a disability with mainstream organisations and processes. It's designed to ensure that individuals and organisations in the arts sector can offer and sustain meaningful professional development opportunities. Arts Access Victoria will deliver the Artwork project on behalf of the Victorian Government. With significant reforms taking place in the disability sector, such as, of course, Disability Care Australia, the arts are well placed to reflect and realise opportunities for greater participation of people with a disability as valued and equal citizens. Again, I commend Arts Access Victoria for organising tonight's forum, another great example of your work. And for the past 40 years, Arts Access Victoria has worked tirelessly to realise the cultural aspirations of people with a disability, both as artists presenting work and as audiences participating in cultural life. It is my absolute pleasure to now be able to say I officially open the Beyond Tolerance, Disability, Advocacy and the Arts Forum.